you filthy swines, get in here! Sit down. I'm going to read some news. When I was growing up as a tiny piglet, I was very interested in UFOs and stuff. And as I've kind of grown older and become a bit more jaded, it seems to me quite often that these UFO exposure programs seem to be more likely, in my opinion, smokescreens for classified military projects. They add a layer of hyperbole and extreme fantasy to what is probably quite ordinary. So the question of whether UFOs are actually extraterrestrial or ancient terrestrial, perhaps, maybe the stories are just there to add noise to the signal. Anyway, this article on the Daily Mail, written by Chris Mellor. Hello, Chris. Mysterious vehicle of unknown origin hidden at US Navy base raises questions about secret UFO program. A mysterious UFO has been allegedly stored at a little-known US Navy base on the East Coast for decades as the military continues to reverse engineer its secrets. A new report has claimed that Naval Air Station Patuxent River in Maryland, better known as Pax River, has kept an exotic vehicle of unknown origin secretly housed there, possibly since the 1950s. According to anonymous sources tied to Naval Air Systems Command, NAVAIR, which is headquartered at Pax River, certain military programs at the base have been involved in analyzing and exploiting technology recovered from non-human craft for years. I mean, if this was really classified, would we be hearing about it? I don't know. This is why I'm a bit skeptical of UFO claims that are related to military bases and such, because would they not really want that information locked down if it were true? Speaking to the Liberation Times, the unnamed source claimed that two types of aircraft have been trying to spy on what the US has at Pax River. One is allegedly drones from China, and the other are non-human UFOs. Oh no. Do the Russians not want to get in there? How about the Brits? Do they want to get in there too and have a little sneaky peek? Recently, this spying activity has allegedly increased and moved closer to land, including right around the Navy base on the Chesapeake Bay. Although the claims could not be confirmed by the Daily Mail, UFO whistleblower Luis Elizondo stated in written testimony to Congress that a specially built hangar was constructed at Pax River specifically for the transfer of extraterrestrial technology. Under oath, Elizondo described a plan where this hangar would help major defense contractor Lockheed Martin move non-human technology to another company called Bigelow Aerospace for further study and analysis. There it is, there's the airbase. There's people saying how. Check out my hands. The Daily Mail has reached out to Lockheed Martin for comment. Bigelow Aerospace went dormant as a company in 2020, laying off its entire workforce during the COVID pandemic. According to the sources who spoke to Liberation Times, the US government allegedly has a secret contingency plan for moving the unidentified craft if its specific location at Pax River becomes publicly known or is threatened by further spying. Well, we're talking about it on the bloody Daily Mail. So yes, if this is true, we all know now. Time to move, I guess. The report added that some of the activities seen taking place near the base is believed to be linked advanced drones or aircraft that use technology that's been copied and developed from the supposed exotic materials. Although Elizondo claimed that a new facility was built at Pax River just for these UFO transfers, the anonymous sources said none of them took place after the CIA's former director of science and technology blocked companies from gaining access. Elizondo is a former senior intelligence official who worked at the Pentagon, where he led a secret government program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. The wonderfully named ATIP. Okay. ATIP studied unidentified anomalous phenomenon, UAP, the new name for UFOs, determining if they were a possible threat to national security. Elizondo, a whistleblower since 2017, testified under oath in 2024 to Congresswoman Nancy Mace that the government maintains secret programs to recover crashed spacecraft. Additionally, Elizondo's testimony noted that these programs have successfully reverse-engineered some of this technology and that the US was now in possession of advanced non-human equipment, including at bases like Pax River. I guess it's easy to say these things, and it gets a lot of attention, but how credible are these claims? Why are they telling us about this for a start? Unless they're trying to get in front of perhaps hostile nations spoiling this information? I don't know. What do you think? Possibly. These facilities included locations in the Las Vegas area, which was roughly around Area 51. I went there once, actually. I went to, there's a little, it's not even a village. It's just a collection of houses and a campsite at Rachel, I think it's called, right next to Area 51. There's a diner and a campsite and stuff. It's worth going there if you're in the area. And you're not going to be in the area if you're not going there specifically because it's kind of out of the way, which is, I guess, why Area 51 is where it is. Because if you're approaching there, probably either you have access to the facility or you're up to no good. I was just going for a burger at the diner, by the way, and I bought some socks, and that was about it. There we go. Moving on. These facilities included locations in the Las Vegas area, which we already said, and a newly built hangar at the Patuxent River Naval Air Station, PAX, Elizondo said in his testimony. Specifically, the Pax River hangar was designed to facilitate the transfer of future materials via air and river. The Maryland base has been home to the Naval Air Warfare Center Aircraft Division, another nice acronym, NORCAD, since 1992, a group that conducts research, development, testing, and evaluation of new aircraft and weapons, including advanced and experimental projects. Although the US military has said there has never been any physical evidence of UFOs recovered, multiple former government employees and scientists have come forward to claim that several vehicles have been recovered since the 1940s. You must believe them. Last year, Dr. Hal Puthoff, a physicist and electrical engineer, he must be all sorts of things as well. Perhaps he's a crack shot at putting on hats and eating pancakes, who worked on the government's psychic spy and UFO research programs. That sounds all above board. Revealed on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast that the US military has recovered more than 10 spacecraft since the infamous Roswell incident. Although there was no evidence to confirm it, Puthoff claimed that some of these craft were actually fully intact craft that had been gifted to humans by extraterrestrials. What's it say here? Thousands of reports of large, silent drones pictured over New Jersey and sensitive sites along the East Coast started in November 2024 and carried into 2025. There was all sorts of theories as to what was going on there. One of the theories I heard was they were trying to sniff out radioactive material, maybe. But I don't know. That's just the grapevine talking. The unverified claims about Pax River and potential spying overhead come just 1 year after hundreds of unidentified drones and UFOs were spotted flying over the East Coast by both the military and the American public. The bizarre drone swarms appeared to focus on US military installations as well as other key sites, including President Trump's property in New Jersey. Many Americans described them as car-sized drones, making no noise as they flew closely overhead of residential neighborhoods from November 2024 until early 2025. To this day, the origin of the drones, their targets over New Jersey and the rest of the East Coast, and their research remain a mystery. However, an unarmed private firm contracted by the US military eventually took responsibility for the drone swarms, claiming they were conducting tests of their advanced aerial craft, according to off-the-record comments at an Army summit in August 2025. So, I don't know, do we believe them? Do we not believe them? The big takeaway from this, apart from these nasty adverts made out of AI, is the allegations that there are UFOs being held, or non-human technologies being held in various locations around the country. USMC 2531 says there's no way intelligent extraterrestrial life exists. Oh no, how does he know? He's going to tell us. How do I know? If it existed, our stupid US government would be sending them foreign aid. I'm laughing internally. Well done. I personally like the idea that they are terrestrially based ancient civilizations, and I think that's more likely, to be honest. I think we have a planet that's been around for billions of years, 3 billion of which there has been life in the fossil record, so life has been pretty stable here for quite a while. It's been fairly complex for 500 million years. It's been on the land for 400 million years. So if you're going to be really conservative, I think there's about maybe a quarter of a billion years of life on this planet where complex, potentially intelligent social life could have evolved, and any evidence of that would have been ground into dust. So maybe that's what these things are, remnants of a previous civilization. But if they're holding them somewhere, if they were holding them here, I'm pretty sure they're not anymore. Although, would it really matter? No one's going to get onto this base and spy. I'm pretty sure they have it locked down. So why tell us about this? Where is this information coming from? Is it the fact that there are drones spying and trying to sniff for information, and so they're pointing to this location and say, well, they were here, but now they're not. Who knows where they are now? If there are any vehicles that are being reverse engineered, that would be a lot of fun to see, though, wouldn't it? If you like the show, make sure you hit the like button. If you really like the show, perhaps consider subscribing. And the only thing I have left to say is Pigwig out.
Oink, oinkity, snort, snuffle, snuffle, squee, oink, oink, wee, squeal, snort, snort, oinkity, squee. Oink, 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 squee, squee, wee, 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 snuffle, snort, squeal, squeal, oinkity, oink, snort, snort, squee, oink, 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 wee, 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 oh. Snort, snuffle, oink, squee, squeal, wee, snort, oinkity. Oinkity, oink, oink, snuffle, wee, squee, snort, oink, squeal. Oink, 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 squee, squee, wee, 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 snuffle, snort, squeal, squeal, oinkity, oink, snort, snort, squee, oink, 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 wee, 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 oh. Oink, oinkity, snort, snuffle, snuffle, squee, oinkity, oink, oink, snuffle, wee, squee, snort, oink, squeal. Oink, 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 squee, squee, wee, 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 snuffle, snort, squeal, squeal, oinkity, oink, snort, snort, squee, oink, 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 wee, 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 oh. Squeal, squeal. Snort, snuffle, oink, re, squeal, re, snort, oinky. Oinkity, oink, 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 snuffle, re, squee, snort, oink, squeal. Oink, oink, oinkity, squee, squee, re, 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 snuffle, snort, squeal, squeal, oinky, oink, snort, snort, squee, oink, 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 re, 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 oh. Squeal, squeal, snort, snuffle, oink.